following video was recorded by a young girl that tells us that she noticed some really unusual light flickers in one of the apartments, which is situated in a high-rise building right across from her place. Apparently, she noticed the flickering for almost an hour, and it seemed to her that nobody was home at the time. However, at some point, she saw some movement in there and recorded the following.
I caught a ghost on camera. Wait till the end. Just as I start filming, the light stops flickering even though it had flickered non-stop for over an hour. Are you fucking kidding me?
In the darkened apartment, we can see something floating into the screen and then disappearing. It's really strange because it looks like the shape had not fully made it out of the frame when the light comes back on. It just vanishes. So, if that was a real person, how could they just be gone? Do you think that this was caused by a reflection of some sorts? Or was it a paranormal event that was transpiring in there? Maybe something was responsible for the light flicker that was also showing itself for a brief moment. Impossible to answer. The following video has been sent by Trang. The user states that it was recorded by a dashcam one night in Malaysia. The driver of the vehicle was on the way home and, as always, had to take a pretty deserted stretch of road that leads through several little towns and areas. He stated that local legends tell about ghostly passengers that are asking for a ride. Could that be so? What is also to note is that the following incident wasn't noticed at the time, and only retrieved way later when the man was erasing some of the video footage on his memory stick. Let's take a peek. People say that an apparition might be waiting for a ride there, waving at cars that are driving by. Do you think that could be an explanation? If it wasn't a regular person, which based on the area is unlikely, what else could it have been? Considering the driver didn't see anything at the time, it's pretty chilling. Tommy has sent me the next video, and it features a young boy who is fooling around in the living room of his family. Apparently, he only wanted to record a video for his friends, but something else was captured as well. Is this the spirit of a relative? Maybe just a person who was in the house at the time? Was the boy trying to mislead us here? Or does something more mysterious lie behind this video? This video was sent in by Antonio, and it features a security guard who's documenting a really strange event that is taking place in front of the hotel. He states that he's working at that place for many years already and that he never came across anything like it. Let's take a look.
No se ve nada. No se ve nada. Loco, yo veo ahora.
Intriguing. What could have happened that night?
Asustado pero posta. Hay una mujer al lado del portero eléctrico. Son las 2:30 de la mañana.
As the man lets us know, there appears to be an ominous lady standing right next to the entrance sign, and she doesn't appear to be moving once. A lady in a blue dress, with dark hair. Mysterious, isn't it? Could it be a prank? Maybe just a hoax?
Esa imagen nunca apareció. Nunca. Estoy todos los días cada 12 horas.
Then, one last look to confirm that in fact nobody is standing there. What is it in your opinion? Is it a paranormal event that transpired in front of this man's workplace? It's definitely a really eerie thought, coming across a lady that can creep you out like that in the midst of night. Nikisha McDonald has shared the following creepy incident on her profile. The young woman tells us that she was alone at home that evening and that she simply was posing for a TikTok video. Afterwards, she saw something quite terrifying in the back of her apartment. Let's see.
Okay, so I put it on. But yeah, I always feel amazing when I have red lipstick on. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Nikisha was quite lost for words when there seemed to be another woman sitting in the back on the couch. Just moments prior, the couch was empty, but now there was a stranger sitting. Terrifying, if we believe her, and she was indeed alone at home. Could it have been an intruder that snuck in through the balcony door, perhaps? Whoever this is looks pretty human to me, so I'm not sure if I'd say this was a paranormal event, but maybe I'm wrong. In the end, we cannot fully say what transpired in here, but it certainly is unsettling, whoever we're seeing back there.
Whoa.
Antonio was apparently staying at his cousin's place over a long weekend. Located in the basement, he made himself home and spent the long Sunday night with playing some Resident Evil on his Xbox. But as you have noticed, Antonio gets distracted by a strange noise, which appears to be stemming from one of the other rooms. While he keeps finding misplaced items scrambled all around the house, we can also make out some heavy orbs that can be seen in several frames of his recording. Interesting side note, this night he was the only person home. What at this point seems to be paranormal activity only worsens over time. What could have turned the sink on?
C'est pas drôle. Arrête.
Pretty freaked out, Antonio investigates each room in the house. It doesn't take long until he makes out a dark figure. video starts off in an old school in Argentina. In the early morning hours, a neighbor had called the police because he saw that the door to the school had been left open and was concerned, which caused several officers to arrive at the scene. After they had arrived, they quickly realized that nobody had forced their entry into the building. The locks were still intact. Nevertheless, they make their way through the abandoned corridors. Bodycam captured them entering and exploring several parts of the school, and nobody seemed to be around at first. But after a moment, the camera seems to capture an unexplained shape. Did you see it? Again. At first it appeared to be a child, but then it almost looked like a woman in a white dress. What do you think? Was it an apparition? User Underground Lime has posted the following image. It is said that the woman was messing around a bit with some Snapchat filters after applying some beauty products. Nothing crazy, right? And of course I have to state the obvious. She was alone in the house, but after taking another snapshot, there was something else joining her. A woman seemingly peeking into the room can be identified. What's your idea? Is it just another family member? A friend perhaps? Or something from another realm? This video was sent by Richard, and it features a person driving on a road at night. That person's dashcam recorded the following incident. And it keeps people being baffled after seeing what's about to transpire. I mean, that maneuver alone is pretty insane, isn't it? But somebody else pulls an even stranger stunt. A person is appearing in the middle of the road, seemingly out of nowhere, and the cars have a really hard time avoiding it without driving straight into whatever that is. If we look at it frame by frame, it is pretty noticeable that this stranger is wearing some sort of bandana, a backpack, some white shorts and shoes. Most likely this is nothing of paranormal nature. Viewers suspect, though, that it might have been a time traveler of some sorts. But of course the person could have been walking in the middle of the road all along, and the camera angle just makes it a bit unclear for us. Whatever the reason, it's a miracle that nobody got hurt at this point, am I right? Alright, this video was uploaded by Nitro Sideshow, and he tells us a video of an alleged ghost sighting recorded in the Vale Town Museum in Victor, New York. Not a lot of info has been given to us at this point, but I suppose it's a museum ghost. Let's take a look at it. An unexplained figure moves from the background forward. The investigator doesn't notice the moving figure, okay, so they did not notice it at the time, and we decide, of course. Is it maybe here? Is there somebody standing? It does appear like it a little, but... I certainly see something standing here. But it's super grayish. Oh yeah, it is moving. Look at that. There is something certainly moving here. Really weird. Look here, when he walks past the pole, you can see through the face, kinda. Which would not be possible if we are talking another investigator, perhaps, or another human being. I mean, I saw it immediately, that there seemed to be somebody standing, and now, yeah, see that? How he moves back and forth, and then it's just gone. This is a significant capture. I really like that one. And I don't think that to be a human being. Just see, you can always a little bit see through that thing. That's why I don't believe. The following TikTok has been recorded by a user named MGen. And in my book, it's a really spooky one. There was a rainstorm causing havoc at the time, when she and her mom were situated in a greenhouse on their property. There was nobody else at home. Yet, they captured something that looks like a child in the yard, which is really odd, because nobody knew this child when analyzing the footage afterwards. Let's see what they captured.
We can't be in here. No, let's go. Right now. Go. I'm gonna go out. Okay. Hold on. Ready? Okay, go. Okay, quick. All right, quick. Coming. You go. You go. No, I got the top. Okay, let's go. Let's start, Mom. Come on. Mom, leave it.
Noticed it? Let's check that again. To be honest with you, this looks more like a woman with a child to me. Or maybe with something else in her arms. Is it maybe a former resident from another time period that used to live here? Or what else could that be? Can you see a child? Or do you see a woman? Or do you even have a better explanation? This clip was sent by John, and it features a young man who was Skyping with a friend while on the phone with a family member. Alone in his apartment, an unusual occurrence is unfolding right behind him. I mean, we all know this, talking to a friend on the phone while we are having an odd feeling that we are not alone in the room. A not further explained object can be seen, popping out of nowhere. The movement is pretty inexplicable. Even the young man wasn't sure what was going on here. Let's zoom in and check it out a bit closer. Some say it appears to be a torso, or that even a head is visible for a brief moment. Even with the filter applied, it is not 100% certain in my opinion. Although in this shot I believe it looks pretty similar to a shape of a man, undressed, his head facing the floor, and we see both his arms and legs. Could this be the case? Please let me know what you can see.